PogU. iChat. Nice. PogU. Am I doing this right? Aha. "15 months of gaming promises made and 15 months of gaming promises broken." "14 months and I already feel the brain coming. Can't wait till I am banned, let's go." My longest relationship. Nice. wowie 5 months. Has high hassle. Hey chat, you're looking fly today.
Waiting for Hasan. Gonna go watch some videos and just do a lot of commentary on his stream. It's all a meme. So now what are we waiting for? Waiting for Hasan. What will he do when he's live? Open up the casino, let the gambler in. It's time to sit. I bet we're gonna be sitting here waiting for Hasan. I used to come here for politics. Now I watch him game and yell at great names all day. God, how long have I been sitting here waiting for Hasan? Waiting for Hasan. Waiting for Hasan. Waiting for Hasan.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, a fantastic afternoon, a fantastic pre-noon. No matter where you are in the world, I'm Hasan Biker, and this is the HasanAbi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. We are live and alive, folks, and I hope all the boys, girls, and NBs are having a fantastic one. And you might be asking, why should we be having a fantastic one? Well, because it is a beautiful 77-degree sunny California afternoon at the moment. It's Thursday, October 21st, 2021, 1:21 p.m.
Happy to
and
be back.
I'm definitely late. And by late, I mean this is probably the approximate time that I'm always going to be able to go live because I
You
shoot
got lost
the
in the new house. Why
Ethan Klein collaborative partnership leftovers podcast that many of you know and love, and that's precisely the reason why I'm late on Thursdays. I am, as some of you, if you were under a rock yesterday, I am currently in my new place, the Chateau PogU. That's right. I am streaming live from the $7 Gorillion Mansion. Dude, mixed messages from the Quad Cities about fucking, just like, hold on, dude, okay? Dude, you gotta fucking look at this news, dude. You gotta fucking look at this news right now. Okay, bro. Fuck. News now,
13
newsman.
months
It's been hours. I've been sitting here waiting. Idly, quietly, standing around, hoping that you click on my link.
Has pause.
Bro, there's no fucking personal news going on, okay? That's it. I mean, I got nothing.
11 months Pog chat.
I shot something that I'm really incredibly fucking excited for you guys to see. I can't tell you what it is. It's a surprise. It's a secret. And when it comes out,
Please
you'll know.
Rice,
It's going to be
all
fucking
canon
awesome.
bisexual vampire
So I
soap
spent a
opera.
lot of time last night doing that, and it was very physical too. You know, fucking money changed me. I changed
Let's
up.
go.
I fucking changed up. I'm acting out. You let this dude into your home, and this is what he says after an act of hospitality. What, XQC fucking talked shit about my house or something? Yeah, I don't care.
1 month
I
from
like
Twitch
my
baby
house,
Hassel.
so.
Thanks for the great content.
Anyway, so I did some shit that hope I know for a fact you guys are going to appreciate. So that is the big news. And then also, other than that, I woke up this morning and I have been, working ever since. I did the podcast, the Leftovers podcast earlier. And that's what I've been doing. I've been working on this shit, okay? I've been working on the weekend like usual, you know? Will it involve gym level acting? I think my acting has gotten a lot better over the years, so it will involve acting, not gym level acting. Anyway.
You're the best, chat. Stay safe out there. Hassle.
So there's a lot going on. There's labor activity happening. The Linus PC is not here yet, but the top story of today
I thought I was coming in late.
is most likely,
face.
you know, the fucking vax mandates and how cops are being abused by the vax mandates and whatnot. Hilarious. Just yet another fucking example that,
12 laps later.
you know, this whole notion that like police are oppressed is a complete lie. There's no update on Grimes. I mean, I DM'd her back after she DM'd me like at 2 a.m. 2 nights ago, and she has not responded to my DMs. So who knows what'll happen there. Looking forward to that regardless, though. Anyway, gaming will commence today. Obviously. Bro, what in the actual fuck is your 3-year sub badge? What is it? I don't even know. I don't even know if I have a 3-year sub badge. Amacius with a fire playlist as always. First responders are quitting over vaccine mandates. We are going to get right into that. You do. I have it. Smile. I do what? What did I just say? Oh, this is a fire.
Middle fingers.
It's a fire tweet. Okay, let's fire off. Wait, what did I say that you... What? Oh, the 3-year sub badge. Oh, we were talking about the 3-year sub badge. I don't know what it is. I mean, 2-year is like pretty cool. Wait, Morgan has a 3-year sub badge? Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a fucking fish, dude. Final level fish. All right, anyway, let's get started. I'm going to fucking fire off. 16 minutes in, I'm firing off a fucking tweet about how I'm live already, and we're live and alive, okay?
To go on this capitalist
I'm live and alive after the Leftovers pod, and we're
shout out from Montana.
Talking vax mandates and how ACAB means all cops are babies
it's been this long
who refuse to take the vaccine even though COVID is ripping
OMG, it's been a year
the
already.
Leo
Thanks for the content and
community.
a lot. Hasan
Lamau.
Latinos in chat hassle.
Get in now. It's jam packed.
Yo chat.
At the new Chateau. special guest later. www.twitch.tv/HasanAbi. I'm live after the leftovers pod, and we're talking vax mandates. Yeah, I have a guest coming over in a little bit. Don't know exactly when, but it's one of your favorite guests, an esteemed guest. So excited about that as well. Here, I blasted off the tweet, and go and like it, retweet it.
Boogaloo ×2.
Hope it's me. No. One of your favorite guests. Damn, everybody's saying Tina. Okay, I saw Tina in there. Tina's one of your favorite guests.
Months and I can lose my shit.
Austin, Will, nope, none of those people. Nope, not Pokemon.
I love your content and happy 11 months hassle.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Trump has a new social media platform. We are going to talk about that. Do not worry, my friends. Do not worry. That is definitely a thing that is going to be discussed today. Don't you worry about a thing. Anyway,
and still no gaming Sag.
Okay, some of you motherfuckers are crazy. Like, I see that there are members in this community that's like, oh, he's live, which means it's time to do gaming like right now. Lol, the video of XQC hugging you is at 200K views. What the fuck? XQcL clips. Here. Hold on. Here. Go ahead. You can say it.
Chat, your stream has been very nice. He helped me a housing and whatever, and now I'm gone. I didn't want to be a bother, so I only stayed for one day. But now I can fly my own. So,
I mean, I told him he could stay. To be fair, I mean, they were wrong camera angle for a second. I have two cameras. That's for the guests when they come. Just like, yo, fuck this shit. They were like, they didn't want to be in a $3 grillion mansion. They thought it was too much.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the guys. I lied. Okay, I said it was at an Airbnb, but it was just. Guys, I'm sorry.
I watched the clip yesterday. I mean, it was very cute. He's very
happy 5 months hassle.
It's very Felix, you know. It's just how he is. He's like
9 months.
He's a kind person overall, you know.
Months?
Is it Joe Manchin? Are you going to grill Joe Manchin? I just want to grill, for God's sake. Yo, what's your background? Did you move into a walk-in closet? I walked into your mother's closet after I had sex with her Pogus Champus. Fucking got him. Boom.
I won't lie anymore, I promise. And
yeah, see, this one.
Thanks for helping.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll see you next time, right?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See, you got fans in here. So you said you didn't know where XQC was, liar, Hasan. All right. So what's up? It's the kind juicer, but then there's also the villain side of the juicer. Is that what's going on? I heard he was talking shit about my fucking house, dude.
Hope you're having a great day.
Where is it? You guys were all literally sending me the links, and now you're not. Okay, oh, here it is.
No, I'm not in Hassan's house. Dude, don't tell him. I don't like Hassan's house that much. Okay? Don't tell him, it'll make him sad. Okay? But
yeah, dude, he says to like 50,000 people, I'm sure it'll never...
I don't like it that much. I wouldn't buy it. And I would also not rent it either. No offense.
My favorite himbo.
It's not shots fired. It's just not.
Look at his shirt. What's on his shirt?
Oh god, I'm a 9-monther. Please don't ban me. I swear I'm not like the others.
Rolled? I mean, who cares? Everybody, different strokes for different folks. I like it. I like the house. It's probably...
Gaming frogs are on strike. Hold the line.
Linus sure was talking some smack, but I think it was to appease his sponsors. Wait, Linus was talking smack? What the fuck's going on? Why am I being betrayed? It's because it's in the city? Oh, yeah. Have you shown us the entire place yet, or just this sad, sterile content? Okay, how about you fucking chill out, Rose Quarks? What is this bullshit like? This sad, sterile content? Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm not fucking, doing a doxing session. Okay.
11 months, Pog.
What? They said, they said corner, not content. Oh, I misread it.
Where is my child support?
Okay, no, you're getting a sterile corner for now, okay? Wow, he was nice and then he was not so nice. You see how it is, dude. They turn on you like this. The Quebecois, you cannot trust them. You cannot trust the Quebecois, okay? The Quebecer. You open up the doors to the Quebecois, and this is how they treat you. They bully you or shit.
Community and my favorite himbo streamer HasanAbi has.
They bully you. They treat you like shit. As they say, what the fuck? As this house is bullshit.
Has boggies.
Let's see some of the fucking horrible comments before we get to the news. Okay. Who cares? Lots of people, it seems. No way they hugged. Oh my god, quickly clip it. It's like cute clips, dude. You can't have motherfuckers having fun or showing appreciation for one another. You gotta. So XQ was staying in Hasan's mansion after his move. Cute as fuck. Well, I knew that during the gambling drama there was too much sexual tension between them. That's weird as fuck. That's the clip. It's just a hug. What the fuck? I legitimately don't want to come off as bitter or out of touch because I enjoy watching these guys too and like seeing regular people thrive. But holy shit, it seems like the sub worships everything top streamers do, even the most mundane shit. Dude, you're an absolute masochist. I do love fucking reading hate comments. You already know what it is. This is wild. It has like fucking 275,000. Linus is defending you from 821 Andy's on Twitter. Yeah, I'm supposed to be having him on. I was going to have him on when I shit on you for the 3 million house thing, obviously, but after what X said, I'll take it back. Sounds like shit. That's not what your mother said. Got him ×2. Pogus Champus, I fucked your mother twice in the first 25 minutes of today's broadcast. Maybe you should fucking resign, you know? You're now grounded, Pogus Champus.
Oh jeez, 14 month.
Yeah, it's actually the guest of today's show is Pogus Champus's mom, Chat's mom. That's right. Today's guest is going to be Chat's mom. I will be having sexual intercourse with Chat's mom, and then afterwards we will have some words in general. To be honest, XQ just hates LA overall.
There's homeless on the streets. A bunch of homeless and a bunch of dirt, but everybody's supposedly rich. Like, it's just a very like odd sight, dude. It's very odd.
As opposed to places like Austin, where they push the homeless people away from the wealthy suburban neighborhoods. That's the difference. But he's right. I mean, he's absolutely right about it. That there's so much wealth everywhere, and then there's so much poverty right next to it.
It's very odd. Like, we went to Korean barbecue, right? And the car parts were like, Mustang, Audi, fucking Mercedes, Mustang, Aston Martin, and it's like, dude. What do you fuckers do, man? Like, what do you morons do for a living? I don't understand it. And then homeless.
Copium gaming
today,
like, copium.
What do I care? It's not that I care though. It's just that the whole vibe is weird.
They're just.
Do you understand? Like, it's just like a.
Classes got cancelled today.
I mean, dude, he fucking rips a fat one in between. So LA's an easy scapegoat for problems that are nationwide. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he knows. I mean, I think he probably isn't aware of it. If you live in like a faraway, if you live in a faraway town, like that is not near the Austin city limits, then you don't
chat,
actually
it's
see the
Austin
fucking
Ox.
problem of
Thanks for
homelessness in
50,000
every
subscribers.
urban environment.
You know
Every
what
urban
comes
environment in
next.
America, especially ones that have like weather and climate that is like that allows you
Happy
to
year,
survive
Hasan.
outdoors, is gonna have gigantic problems with homelessness. But also the other part of the problem is that the housing market is absolutely fucked in Los
9
Angeles,
month
and that's
brain rot.
precisely why there's so much homeless people. This is what Linus was saying about you. Point Hasan was making was America's foreign policy
Hell yeah,
created its
brother.
enemies. I'm not taking a stand on that one way or another because I don't need the headache. Also, I believe any senseless loss of life is a tragedy, but it's worth at least understanding the context. Ask the people in New York how they feel about you making a computer for a guy who made a tweet
Hassle.
implying it's evil to think America doesn't deserve 9/11. See how a New Yorker feels about it. Damn, bro. Fucking people are bitter. I understand the context is still offensive. Many more people will find it way more offensive than me. You also work with the
Natty
Young
high.
Turks. There it is. A company that willfully shares a name with a group that did the most complete genocides in history. You're better / smarter than this. It's like immediately the second conversation exposes what their fucking
13
background
months
is,
swap.
which is like, yeah, I just fucking hate this dude and I'm gonna like, you know, lie, whatever.
One yil.
Manchin raised a fist at Sanders yesterday on the reconciliation bill. They squabbled behind closed doors Wednesday, and Manchin using a raised fist goose egg to tell his colleague he can live without any of President Biden's social spending plan. I
Smile.
fucking hate this, dude. Linus is catching so much flack for building a PC kind of sucks so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. Homelessness in Miami is insane. I've lived here my whole life. I can't imagine what it's like in LA. I've never been. Yeah. Don't ever touch Felix again. Rage. XQC7. I'll touch
Twitch
him
says 5
however
months,
much
but
I
it's
want,
actually 9.
motherfucker.
Hoping I
Okay?
don't
And
have a
however
bad
much
take
he
and
wants.
get banned.
And there's nothing you can do about it, bitch. Try me.
Hey Hasan, almost to 2 years and you haven't pulled my user card. I call this a big win. Can I get a welcome to the jungle? XQCL.
Zoom isn't mirrored, I know. Read the thread, it's good. Okay, we'll
That's
start
true.
off here. Manchin's comfort level with 0 as a final number and his willingness to threaten Sanders with it publicly at Wednesday's lunch for Senate committee chairs reveals a stark reality. For Democratic negotiators, Manchin can control the final dollar amount. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. New explosive video is blocking Joe Biden's agenda. We found so much violent, provable corruption in Manchin's life and his family's life that it could not fit one video all at once. What the fuck is this? Okay, we'll look at this in a second. John Tester described the incident as a difference in opinion. Joe said, I'm comfortable with nothing. Bernie said, we need to do $3.5 trillion. The truth is both of them are in different spots, Tester told me. Yeah, the spot that Bernie Sanders is in is a spot
Congrats
that is
on
on
that,
the
baby.
side of the American people and also the side of Joe Biden, which happens to be aligning with Bernie Sanders on this one. It's also on the side of just the American working class in general, as it always
Cops
has
are
been.
babies that are afraid of
Joe
shots
Manchin
rolled.
is on the side of Donald Trump winning in 2024 and the Republican Party winning in 2022. Maybe he should take this a little bit more seriously because if we lose the
You reminder
narrow,
than your subscribers, Kel.
the single vote majority in the Senate, all of a sudden he is going to be completely neutered. No one will care about Joe Manchin's point of view when Republicans control the Senate. So perhaps he should remember that. You know what I mean? If he because I know that motherfucker loves the media attention. So maybe, just maybe, he shouldn't be tanking the Democratic
My workplace
efforts,
finally implemented
considering a
vaccine
midterm
mandate, and it
election
was
is
so
coming
hard
up.
not to laugh
And
watching my
he is going to
coworkers
lose
mourn.
his entire fucking relevance in one sweeping action when the Republicans overtake in the Senate.
Got to avoid those ad
Just
breaks.
like if he switches parties, he's going to be a complete nobody that absolutely zero people give a fuck about because he will be yet another dildo in the Republican Senate. He will be yet another Republican Senator dildo. And no one cares about that because there are a lot of those dildos out there, okay? Now, having said that,
propaganda, let's go hassle. I chat gamer stream time.
Will Joe Manchin actually end up, I don't know, doing the right thing here? I don't think so. I don't think he will.
7 months already hassle.
I think he's a piece of shit, and I don't know. I don't know where where these talks are at. So I have no, like, I think the final version of this is going to be. The final version of this is going to be basically a neutered ass version of this bill that will be down to like $1.9 trillion with like the child tax credit extensions being severely fucking undermined, with numerous parts of this deal being gutted, and including like random things like paid leave being reduced that doesn't even fucking impact the government coffers at all. And it's just a thank you to the fucking corporations. It sucks. It absolutely fucking sucks.
Manchin and cinema, but you live in a house and watch movies. Checkmate live.
Anyway, if that's the case, I hope the Progressive Caucus kills infrastructure. Fuck it. Manchin said, I'm comfortable with zero, forming a zero with his thumb and index finger. Tester reiterated, saying he believes the West Virginia Democrat can live with himself if the Senate doesn't pass any of the president's package. Of course he can. He'll live comfortably on his fucking houseboat. Chris Coons told Axios there was a vigorous 10-minute discussion. Bernie said $6 trillion. Manchin said we shouldn't do it at all. Coons recalled himself. I honestly think you should be able to throw fisticuffs. Like, Bernie Sanders should be able to put me in, okay, in his stead, so I can beat the shit out of Joe Manchin on the Senate floor. Like, I think that would be a lot more wonderful. And if I fucking murder him, I get his seat. Like, I think this would be a better way to run the Senate. Joe Manchin does not get a fucking fighter for himself. Bernie Sanders puts me in as his fighter. We do trial by combat. I take his fucking Senate seat. Okay? In a video game, of course. Like, obviously. This chatter is correct. That is literally that system that I'm currently describing to you is a more functional system than the current American democratic process.
20 months. I'm now to the left
yesterday, and I'm sure there's not a lot of news coverage revolving around this. Yesterday, the signature fucking voting rights bill that the Democrats have been trying to pass got absolutely eviscerated because 41 Republican senators is all it takes to say this is no longer filibuster proof. You're fucked. It doesn't matter if 70% of the country wants this. It doesn't matter. We are not going to make Election Day a national holiday, a federal holiday. We are not going to allow ease of access for vote by mail initiatives. And we are not going to...
Yo, what's your background?
We're not going to make it easy for fucking working class Americans to go out and be able to fucking vote. Why is that the way it is? It's just the way it is, okay? Because that's America, baby. That is America. Not only that, but Democrats even listen to the demands of Joe Manchin, who was operating as the liaison of the Republican Party, by even adding a provision for voter ID laws. Voter ID laws provisions were put in to this fucking bill that was going to allow Americans a day off to be able to go out and fucking vote. And we can't even get that. Why? Because the system is functionally broken. It's fundamentally broken. It fucking sucks. Yo, hot take, fuck this dog shit bill and use the reconciliation on the voting rights bill. You can't do that because the voting rights bill does not even remotely impact the budget. So you can't have a voting rights bill as a budget reconciliation bill. That's like one part of the bill that you literally can't. You could absolutely add a $15 minimum wage mandate into it, which the Senate parliamentarian refused and the Democrats didn't even fight for. I can't wait for the Senate to not pass the Women's Health Protection Act. Oh, yeah, of course. Just more good policies. Even then, watered down, neutered good policies that won't get passed because Republicans are like, yeah, fuck off. It doesn't matter. Not filibuster proof. Doesn't matter to us. Bipartisanship is bullshit. It's never been a real thing. It's completely fucking dead. The only time that the American government ever has like bipartisan compromise is for things that the American government cares about, like endless wars, or expanding the military budget, not offering like accountability measures of the police force, unconditional aid to Israel to the tune of billions. What else? Havana Syndrome, CIA bills that like. Where you can go to the greatest healthcare facilities on the planet if you feel like you have a boo-boo or your head hurts and you got a tummy ache. Those are the things where there are uncompromising bipartisan support. So can't wait for that. Can't wait for unlimited surveillance. That's right. Grossly expanding our surveillance state and also our imperial endeavors. It's fucking awesome. This is just how it is. This is just America, baby. When it comes down to I don't know, making it easier for the average Joe, the working class individuals to be able to fucking vote, though, fuck no, that's not happening. No shot, dude. No fucking shot. We can't even risk it, dude. We cannot risk it. Kuhn said, Manchin continued, this will contribute to inflation. I want to do things that I cannot say out loud, okay? For fear that I will be banned. When I read the shit that Joe Manchin says, oh, this will contribute to inflation. You know what contributes to inflation as well? I don't know. Supply chain breakdowns that could be addressed with, making our infrastructure better. That's one way to fucking combat and alleviate the inflation coming from an explosive demand with no fucking supply as a consequence of our roads being in a state of disrepair and whatnot. But hey, the fuck do I know? Piece of shit motherfucker. Hey, you know how to fucking combat inflation. There's another way to combat inflation. That is by fucking taxing high earners, for example. One way to do that is that, oh wait, that's literally in the bill. This bill is not going to contribute to inflation unless Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin get what they want, which is literally to yeet the fucking taxing of the corporations and the taxing of the wealthy. They literally do not want that to happen. They do not want negotiations with big pharma when it comes to Medicare spending. These are provisions that are baked into the provisions are baked into the fucking budget reconciliation bill that will literally make it paid for. And yet they are fighting that side. On the one hand.
Hi, rich man.
This shit hit different. Sorry, don't mad. Okay, we'll look at this in a second. I know, I saw this shit. I saw. Despite senators' private bickering, both Tester and Kuhn said that they're hopeful the Democrats will strike an agreement on top line figure by the package by the end of Thursday. Manchin isn't optimistic. I don't see that happening, he told reporters. I want him to go away. I want to fucking put him on a spaceship. Okay? I want to put him on a fucking spaceship and just like, just fly out to the sun, dude. Who cares? In a video game. Okay. Spending over 10 years in the billions. The math problem Democrats face. Yeah, this is the math problem. To win over most centrist members, Democrats will need to fit all their wishes into the smaller box.
Goddamn, you're fine.
What about the bigger box?
Thanks for teaching about XQC.
Inflation rates are the highest since '08 for 5 months straight. Are we fucked? No.
Too much brain rot.
Defense, boys. Defense. There's a new Kyrsten Sinema update. Oh, my lord. Source familiar with Sinema has agreed to provisions in each of the President Biden's 4 proposed revenue categories: international, domestic, and corporate high net worth individuals and tax enforcement, providing sufficient revenue to fully pay for the reconciliation package. Okay. Isn't it Chuck Schumer's job to whip Joe Manchin in the line? What the fuck has he been doing? It's Dick Durbin and Chuck Schumer's job, but they fucking suck. Anyway, we may be getting crumbs of a popular bill, but yeah. They say back the blue yet resign. Curious? Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's watch the last thing about Joe Manchin.
About 18 million.
It pays to be a member of Joe Manchin's family.
Follow the money.
Joe Manchin has represented West Virginia for 40 years. Delegate, state senator, secretary of state, governor.
The worst part about Joe Manchin is that he's always had such a fucking full hairline. Like, it's absolutely disgusting to me, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to be a fucking villain like Joe Manchin, the least you can do is not have a good head of hair. And it makes me very upset. Not as upset as forgetting the top of the hour ad break or getting baited into reading the top of the hour ad break, but, you know, makes me upset regardless. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break, and the chatter almost got me, and I stopped myself from reading it, but I'm going to run it now. But of course, fear not. The worst thing you can ever do is watch the ad. If you don't want to watch the ad, there are ways to get around that. If you want to have free broadcasting experience, it's the first of the day. You can subscribe for $5. You can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime if you have a Twitch Prime. So those are the two methods. There's other methods as well. Who knows how? You know, you can figure it out on your own. Twitch Prime is free as long as you have an Amazon Prime account that you've connected to your Twitch account. You get one free Prime subscription a month. Here's the 1-minute ad break now.
U.S. Senator, 40 years, and West Virginia is still the second poorest state in the country. Economy, West Virginia ranks 48 out of 50 states.
Thank you, Joe Manchin.
Healthcare, 47 out of 50 states.
Thank you, Joe Manchin.
Education, 45 out of 50 states.
Thank you, Joe Manchin.
Infrastructure, wait for it.
Have you, Azan Devil, have you talked about Valkyrie yet? Bro, motherfuckers are like, you know what? Fuck this country. Can you please talk about more of the gamer cream?
Hassle, 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 hassle.
Can you please? I would like to hear more gamer cream commentary. It's literally not that fucking serious. Shut the fuck up. Please, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Hassle.
Asian Devil, not Azan, sorry. Holy fuck, dude. It's just soap, dude. It's just soap and moisturizer. Please, please stop, okay? Please. You have significantly larger problems to worry about if this is like the main story that you want to talk about for the third day in a fucking row. For example, you have to focus on your brain. I don't think any sort of cream is going to work. Don't worry, blue light apparently is not a real problem for your skin. Then again, I don't think you've ever cared about your skin regardless. Please shut the fuck up.
50 out of 50 states. Manchin has an estimated net worth of $8 million,
Follow the money.
while the average annual income of West Virginia is just $26,000. Manchin receives a taxpayer-paid salary as a U.S. Senator of $184,500. So he didn't get his $8 million there.
Nice, yeah,
One
Joe.
year.
So where does all the money come from? Manchin receives $491,000 annually from his son's coal brokerage company, EnerSystems. His wife, Gail Manchin, received $613,000 from EnerSystems. That's $1.1 million to Manchin and his wife from his family's energy company. Manchin makes
He has no interest in that, though. Obviously, he has no stake in that, man.
3 months.
Like, this is jail. Like, I literally, unironically, 100% believe that if you if you have like ownership in a serious industry like this, it's not in like a fucking blind trust or anything like that. I mean, this is technically blind trust, right? Isn't that what he says? Is like, as long as you don't connect, well, not blind trust, but as long as you don't have any sort of like connection to your son about it. I mean, fuck it, dude. I think jail. I truly believe that, I truly 100% believe that like politicians should not have ownership over stocks. Like they should just not have stocks.
2 months, but I've been a Luca for a year.
It's so
and a half
deeply unethical that they get to literally dictate policy and change the outcome of certain industries that they are financially tied to. Politicians and their immediate family members should not be able to have ownership over stocks. If you do, you go to jail. Okay? Please. Just a crumb of fucking jail for Joe Manchin. Please throw him in jail. What the fuck?
5 times more from his family's energy company than he does as a U.S. Senator. Joe Manchin has blocked President Biden's infrastructure plan from moving forward because he wants to...
This guy on Reddit has 2 dicks. You need to see this. Dude, just like shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah, you're permanently banned from this chat. Like seriously. I'm going to just take it out on fucking idiotic chatters who are like, dog, you need to get banned. I mean, dog, you need to get fucking TOS violationed right now for literally just like looking at the dumbest thing. Like, please, you have to get banned. I really want you to see these 2 cocks.
To kill legislation to replace coal-fired plants with clean energy. Manchin is selling out his own country to protect big coal and big oil who own him.
Joe Manchin, I talk to his office every week. He is the kingmaker, and he's not shy about sort of staking his claim early.
The chairman of the committee that regulates coal shouldn't be a part owner of a coal company.
This is Heather Manchin, Joe Manchin's daughter.
Oh, this is gonna really, I'm gonna give you guys a trigger warning. This shit's gonna frustrate the fuck out of you, especially if you have ever like needed EpiPen.
After lying about having an MBA, she was named CEO of Mylan Industries.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, she never had an MBA. It's fake MBA, and they covered it up for her too. The media even covered it up for her.
Artificially jacked up the price of EpiPens by 400.
I was gonna defend the chatter saying it's just an AMA post. It's probably just text, but there's also NSFW posts in the pictures in the post. Yeah, get fucked, chatter.
161%, and was awarded with a 671% salary increase.
That said, we would have a union.
Actually jacked up the price of EpiPens by 461%.
That's
and
right.
was awarded with a 671% salary increase. West Virginia is poor, poorly educated, and broken, but Joe Manchin and his entire family have become multimillionaires.
West Virginia, abused and suckered for 40 years by Joe Manchin.
That's right. It's absolutely right. And jail for the entire Manchin family. It would be fucking sick.
Roblox Squid Game at HasanAbi.
From colleague Kelly Fairs, reporter to Cinema, your comment on your stance on the corporate tax rate. Cinema, no response. Reporter, your comment on the stance on anything, no response. Are you staying in town this weekend? No response. Disgusting. Want you to look at that again. Child tax credit expansion, defense budget. Defense budget in comparison. Defense budget for 10 years. Defense spending for 10 years in comparison to 10 years on like all social safety nets, all social programs. Politicians do not give a fuck about you or your livelihood or your well-being. They do not care. They do not care. I do not know how else to explain this other than literally just fucking this is it. This is the reality.
Is to learn how you can avoid the top of the ad break.
What? This is my first link. You have to see this crazy campaign ad. Yes, I've seen this already like 8 times this week. Okay. For those keeping track at home, John Deere has now refused to settle a fair contract, announced that they're cutting healthcare for 10,000 strikers and families, withheld untold amounts of back wages for strikers, and gotten a bogus injunction against workers' rights to picket. Soon. That's right. A judge basically made it so that you can't have more than 8 picketers at a time. It's fucking bullshit.
They resign. Curious.
Absolute bullshit. And if they fucking violate that, and if they violate that, by the way, then you have cops come in and bust their fucking skulls. So great stuff. Remember how I told you guys, like, a lot of people don't understand why cops are class traders. Why are cops class traders? And I told you guys time and time again, the reason why you can't comprehend why cops... The reason why cops are seen as class traders, okay? That's a 12-month subscriber, by the way, who fucking did that. Tier 3, 12 months in a row. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? Chill out. Anyway. The limit is 4 picketers? I thought it was 8. Anyway, as I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah. Here, what I was saying is the reason why many people don't understand why cops are like actually anti-working class is because there hasn't been enough working class labor action, union action, for example, where cops have like beaten the shit out of union protesters yet. It hasn't happened in our lifetimes. For many people, they've never seen like cops beat the fuck out of like union folk that are demonstrating or picketing. And that's precisely why. That's precisely why people don't realize that. But that is the reality, okay?
So going forward, more than 700,000 people in the state of Pennsylvania will be legally required to talk during sex. Yes is the word Governor Wolf wants to hear. Yes! But to be clear, not yes uttered in some breathy way with your eyes rolled back. No. Governor Wolf demands to hear yes spoken in a forthright, declarative manner, as in a deposition. So how is the governor ever going to make sure that this actually happens? That's really the question. Laws without enforcement are mere suggestions. But Aztec war gods don't make suggestions. They issue decrees. So in order for Tom Wolf to verify that kids across Pennsylvania are using Tom Wolf-approved language as they roll around naked in their dorm rooms at 3 in the morning, Tom Wolf is going to need to go farther than any governor ever has. He's going to need to see the tapes. In the name of public safety, nubile young college girls from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia are going to have to email their homemade naughty videos directly to Governor Wolf himself, most likely to his private Proton mail address, just to be certain that this important new law is being followed rigorously. Tom Wolf's a busy man. He's the governor. When you're in charge of the intimate personal lives of an entire population, you don't have a lot of time left over. But in this case, Governor Wolf will make the time. Governor Wolf will watch these videos, every one of them. That's his duty. And in the age of Corona, it's also his right. We should let you know that we invited Governor Wolf onto the show tonight. We wanted to know which other sexual techniques, positions, or safe words he will be mandating in the coming weeks. His staff informed us that the governor was indisposed at the moment. He was locked in his private study watching something intently on his iPhone. Pretty creepy.
Bro, I almost fucking died, dude. Oh. I had to pick up some boxes. Ow. And while I was putting them on the ground, I tripped and fell in front of like I was falling face forward. And I tried to grab the wall before I fell. And it didn't work. Luckily, I'm incredibly athletic and was able to catch myself. I fucked my arm up a little bit on the wall. Anyway. I gotta run that back, sorry.
To go farther than any governor ever has. He's gonna need to see the tapes. In the name of public safety, nubile young college girls from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia are gonna have to email their homemade naughty videos directly to Governor Wolf himself, most likely.
What? What is he talking about? There's no shot any of the things that he just mentioned is real. My man said nubile, bro. What the fuck?
To his private Proton mail address, just to be certain that this important new law is being followed rigorously. Tom Wolf's a busy man. He's the governor. When you're in charge of the intimate personal lives of an entire population, you don't have a lot of time left over. But in this case, Governor Wolf will make the time. Governor Wolf will watch these videos, every one of them. That's his duty. And in the age of Corona, it's also his right. We should let you know that we invited Governor Wolf onto the show tonight. We wanted to know which other sexual techniques, positions, or safe words he will be mandating in the coming weeks. His staff informed us that the governor was indisposed at the moment. He was locked in his private study watching something intently on his iPhone.
So there's a new law that seeks to prevent or combat campus sexual assault. It's on us as a part of the nationwide initiative that claims to aims to educate young people about consent and support victims of campus sexual assault. He unveiled a 4-bill package that will aim to further strengthen protection for students in combat sexual assault. It was started in 2014 under the Obama-Biden administration. Of course, that's devastating. Is Marab beating you? Yeah. What a fucking creeper, dude. Yeah. AOC said Bernie is my friend. Shut the fuck up, you guys. Oh my god, you're such fucking little babies. You know that? Sometimes chill. No time for that right now. Okay. We've made a lot of progress. So what is it? It's just like there's a non-profit task force. Enact a yes means yes law, which would require post-secondary institutions to have clear policy stating what is and isn't consent. Okay. Sanction protections for victims on campus. So where is the fucking videotapes? Where is the fucking videotape a part of Tucker Carlson? Tucker Carlson's rhetoric. It's just like teaching kids about consent. Why does he get to fucking lie like this, dude? I mean, even like I watch a lot of bad shit on a daily basis, and Tucker Carlson is still incredible. Like, he still surprises me with some of the shit he just makes up. Like, that's an insane thing for the most popular news broadcast to just lie about. Holy fuck, dude. Anyway, all right. Let's get to our top story of today. Some first responders are quitting over vaccine mandates. Chicago's police force could be reduced by a third as a consequence of the psychopathic Chicago Union leader, the head of the Fraternal Order of Police. You know, of course, he's Polish, I'm pretty sure. Automatically, like I said, if you live in Chicago, you're Polish. If you live in Boston, you're Irish. And if you live in the tri-state, you are Italian. So hold on. As I was saying, Kurwa, okay, shut the fuck up. So the Chicago police is defunding itself, or I guess kind of. There are, if you live in Los Angeles, you're Mexican. This is also true. Living and working in Chicago, the Polish are always the quickest to say the N-word to customer service workers. What the fuck? And then they'll be like, I can say it. The Polish are also abused. Perhaps we can finally rid us of those bad apples. Anyway, the mayor, Lori Lightfoot of Chicago, made like somewhat reasonable demands. At first, it was a vaccine mandate for all cops. Then they were like, abso-fucking-lutely not. So then it turned into from a vaccine mandate to a system where you like plug in whether you're vaccinated or not. Like a completely private system so that the unvaccinated can get tested twice a week. And they were like, abso-fucking-lutely not. So the cops in Chicago aren't just like anti-vaxxers, okay? They're literally anti-fucking, they're anti-testing. Like, they're like, I don't even want to know if I have COVID, which is psychotic. Okay? And the fucking dude is really funny. We got to watch some of the shit that he has said because, my God, dude. Some of the most psychotic things are said by cops on a regular basis. But the fucking Chicago, the Chicago Union, the Chicago Police Union is so funny because it's like he compared it to the fucking Holocaust. He said something like, you know, it's just so much shit that he said. Anyway, but yeah, first responders are quitting over vaccine mandates.
Major developments today and in the days ahead on the vaccine front. First, on booster shots, the FDA is expected to authorize mixing and matching as soon as today. So far, only the Pfizer booster.
Let's go, baby. Time to get that fucking cocktail. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I would be mixing and matching, motherfucker. I'm going to be like, I got Moderna. Now I'm going to get that Pfizer, brother. That's right.
Has been
maybe a little bit of J&J, sprinkle it on top.
In light, however, the CDC committee is meeting today and tomorrow to consider shots from Johnson & Johnson and Moderna. FDA approval for those is expected this week. Also, if you have young children, pay attention to the very first week of November. That's when the CDC is meeting to talk about vaccinating kids ages 5 to 11. If approved, the Pfizer vaccine would be the very first made available in those cases.
A vocal group of first responders are pushing back against vaccine mandates. We've seen protests in Los Angeles over a mandate for city workers. Elsewhere, some police officers and firefighters have chosen to resign. And New York just announced a new vaccine requirement affecting police officers. Jeff Pegues is following this from Washington. Jeff, good morning.
That announcement made by the mayor of New York City likely sparking the kind of debate that we've seen in other cities over this issue, because how firefighters and officers respond to these mandates could ultimately determine how quickly they get to the scenes of
Why does he sound so sad? Sounds like he's crying.
emergencies.
You really think 5-year-olds need it? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't know, and I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care, okay? I'm not, like, I don't give a fuck about 5-year-olds, okay? I give a fuck about, like, full-blown adults who are refusing to take the fucking vaccine, okay? That's, like, significantly more important to me than little babies getting the fucking vaccine.
Late yesterday, Seattle police officers and firefighters walked up City Hall steps to turn in their boots. They refused to comply with a state mandate to get vaccinated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't done the reading. If the doctors say it's a necessity, then yeah, fucking get the vax. I don't give a shit. Shut the fuck up. Go vax your baby. Like, you know what my take is, dude. It's so silly to, like, I am not going to deviate away from the consensus of the scientific community on vaccines, okay? I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't know what's in it, brother. Yeah, I don't know. You don't know what's in anything. You don't even have anything going on inside of your brain, okay? I'm going to let people who know what's in it, who have a much better understanding of how things goes, make that decision for me. Because I'm a dumbass, but at least I'm fucking smart enough to know that I'm not smarter than the person who specialized in this fucking field, okay?
I'm wrapping up my last shift after 20 years.
In Spokane, Tim Archer gave up his job.
I'll be fired tonight by the city of Spokane.
This the shit that fucking pisses me off, dude. Firefighters being hogs. You hate to see this, okay? Cops being hogs, you always see it. You know, cops are always fucking, they're hogging. They're hogging out. 84% of police, according to the Police Magazine survey, said that they were going to vote for Donald Trump in 2016, and only 8% said they were voting for Hillary Clinton. So you know how these hogs be, okay? You know how they be. But when you see firefighters doing this shit, it's like, you know, they quit their jobs as cops, and as if a curse was lifted, suddenly felt the urge to protect and serve their community. I love that, dude. This is wonderful, by the way. I love that. I absolutely fucking love that the Seattle firefighters and Seattle police officers that were fired for complying with their vaccine mandate are out feeding the homeless. Wonderful, dude. For once, they're actually doing community work. Most of them are fucking firefighters, by the way. Most of them are firefighters. I don't, you know, so they do a lot of community service. No, they are unvaccinated and unmasked, hosting a super spreader event. The hell? They're outdoors, man. Okay? Jesus fucking Christ. They're fucking outdoors, okay? It's better if they had masks on, but god damn it, like, holy shit, they're serving food, okay? Why are so many cops, even in a progressive city like Chicago, pigs? How is Chicago progressive? They're at most it's like libs, dude. At most they're liberals, okay? And also cops are just fucking hogs regardless. It doesn't matter. Most of the time they don't even live in the city itself and live outside of the borders of the city in like auxiliary cities. where they can still be incredibly reactionary amongst themselves. My dad works with that guy from Spokane and everybody hates him. Lamau, sad to see. Also, there are plenty of fucking hogs living in cities too. Just worry they might be spreading COVID by not wearing masks willingly or not. Yeah. Anyway, this is good. They're proving that it's better to just like fire cops.
He also refused to get vaccinated. Why didn't you comply?
I really felt like this is in violation.
Why didn't I comply? Because I wanted to be on national news, okay? Because I'm a fucking drama-loving little bitch, okay? That's me. I'm a sassy bitch who loves drama. Me. That is precisely the reason why I refused to take the fucking vaccine, so I could come on national news and fucking tell all my friends and family I finally made it. Fuck you, Bertha, for, you know, divorcing me and taking custody of the children. Look at me now. I'm absolutely on top. I might have gotten COVID, but that's all right. I'll be fine. That's literally the reason. That's why he did it, okay? Because these guys are fucking bored. They're pathetic. They're fucking losers, and they want attention. That's it.
Of the civil rights that God has given us.
Civil rights that God gave you? Yeah, God is about to fucking show you what the civil rights are when you get fucking COVID and die, dumbass. That's the civil rights you're about to see from God. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Americans are so stupid and so selfish. They're like, they literally think that, like, I mean, it's nuts. They like unironically think God gave him civil rights, okay? God didn't give you civil rights, brother, okay? That's not how this works. God gave you COVID. Might get COVID from God if you believe in such things, you know? Civil rights from God.
There has been a wave of resignations and firings in fire and police departments across the country. Los Angeles Fire reports that there have been at least 241 separations from the department.
Why is he like talking like this? There's been 41 separations.
Baltimore's police department is down 279 officers. And in the last couple of years, Seattle police had more than 300 officers separate from the department. In Massachusetts, the state police union president is threatening that at least 150 state police will resign. What kind of impact could this have?
We'll have slower responses. There'll be case backlogs.
Maybe he's crying that the cops are leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just like hates that cops are leaving. He's like, oh man, what will happen when the cops leave? I do not know. It's a terrifying proposition. Oh, God.
Processing of evidence, everything from, house calls to an alarm burglary call.
I just haven't seen the...
It's probably a fucking medical condition or some shit that I'm, like, clowning on for no fucking reason, too. I feel bad now. I'm sorry. But I can't unhear it. It's, like, stuck. I'm probably a nice guy, too, overall. Don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm a meanie, okay? Sometimes people catch strays out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, for no fucking reason whatsoever. This is one of those times. We have to follow a national I'm American news columnist as a source of information to analyze. And I was wondering if you had any tips or suggestions so I could find someone who actually does a good job with reporting, especially as a leftist. Thank you, Hart. Dude, I have no idea. I don't know, man. Ultimately, this is great, man. This is fucking awesome. Yeah, let them get fired. Let them quit. Fuck yeah. Okay.
Data to support that.
But that's not what's playing out in some cities like Chicago, where a mandate is already in place. Only 21 sworn officers and civilian workers are not being paid for failing to comply, and that's out of 13,000 on the workforce. 8 out of 10 are vaccinated.
Officers have come to work. We've been fully staffed. There hasn't been a shift that's been short. There hasn't been this 30, 40, 50% shortage that I've heard from various sources.
Yeah, the fucking union boss there, the union leader, or the fucking Police Benevolent Association fucking leader made it seem like, you know, we got 50% of the fucking cops in the city are on our side. More than 50%. You're going to see, you know, less than 50% of the cops are going to be fucking working if you fucking do this. And it turns out that was not true, which is pretty funny. I mean, it is still a third, which is fucked up.
In the midst of this very heated debate, it is worth noting that there are still ongoing challenges related to the pandemic for officers on the front lines. In fact, according to the Officer Down Memorial page, COVID remains the leading cause of death for police officers.
You are still excited for the cleanup, though, right? What do you mean? What cleanup? He's trying to do a typical reporter voice. I learned everything about the Polish from The Wire. This is an accurate representation. Absolutely.
It's nearly 5 times higher than the number killed by gunfire.
Yeah. That's a wonderful little stat too. 5 times higher, dude. It's wait, did they talk about Chicago? Because it's like Alex Press is finally hitting it big. So a large employer whose workers are unionizing is sending those workers anti-union materials that include a citation of something I wrote, specifically under a talking point about how long the bargaining process can take. They include the sentences I've highlighted, following a link to the article. 1 year after unionizing, fewer than half of bargaining units have done so. 2 years after unionizing, 37% are still without a contract. Even 3 years after having a union, 30% lack a contract. Incredibly, this employer thinks so little of his workers that it seems to expect they won't click the link and read the sentence that follows the snippet, which says that it is management's fault that this process can be dragged out this long. Just Googled it, lol. It's a medical condition that he was worried about losing his job over. You're a meanie bobini. Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? I'm so sorry. God damn it. That makes... I mean, hey, at least I recognized it on my own. Okay? Recognized it on my own. Realized that it's not nice. And stopped and apologized. Okay? Don't even know if it's fucking real or not. But regardless. Yeah. I grew. So chat, I present to you the double bind. You need to apologize, motherfucker. That's right. You need to apologize because you thought that I could not demonstrate growth. Fuck you, chat. Fuck you. Boom. New angle.
Wow, those numbers are very staggering.
We begin this hour 18 with the vaccine
Here's
mandate
more information.
showdown.
Here's more information on the fucking union fights going on with the Chicago
City
Police
Hall
Union.
and Chicago's police union.
CBS News' Jamie
Awesome.
Kostick reports it's a legal battle. Some say it could go all the way to the Supreme Court.
Police Superintendent David Brown said today that the number of officers reporting their vaccination status to the city is improving. He expects that number to jump from 68% today to nearly 80% over the weekend. And he said that despite this ongoing battle in the court system with the police union, he stands by the importance of this mandate.
The number one killer of police officers in this country is COVID-19.
At a graduation ceremony for new officers, Superintendent David Brown said the department is moving forward with the vaccine mandate while the issue plays out in court. A lawyer for the city asking the judge Wednesday to extend a restraining order to include all union leaders, keeping them from telling officers not to report their vaccine status.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of the Hunger Games.
One police union official took to Facebook twice Wednesday, comparing the mandate to the dystopian trilogy.
From the beginning, is always, you know, a tyrannical order. It's this or else. Well, you know, I've said it in the past, and I've said it at the few meetings.
That's right.
I'm choosing the or else.
The or else appears to be CPD off.
So what's also fucking hilarious here? Cops are so dramatic, dude. It's fucking hilarious. This story proves so many things I've been saying for the past couple of years that, like, 1, ACAB, all cops are babies. Okay. 2, their job is literally not fucking hard to do. Okay. Their job is not as dangerous as they claim. Because, like, think about it. This is the thing that's murdering them is COVID. Okay. The #1 killer of cops is fucking COVID. And even then, and lastly, they're fucking idiots. Okay. ACAB, all cops are brain dead. Like, COVID is ripping through them like fucking Dorner. Okay. Meanwhile, they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. Fucking won't take it, dude. Won't take it. Need a new armored personnel carrier, though. Won't get the vaccine, though, dude. Like, they're so fucking stupid, dude. Incredible. Incredibly stupid. Jesus fucking Christ. Literally like Dorner, because it is impacting their fucking families, too, when they get COVID. There's that. And yet they won't get fucking vaccinated, and they're making a big stink about it. And not only that, but they won't even fucking, what do you call it?
Officers refusing to report their vaccine.
Not only that, but they won't even fucking get, like, tested. They're freaking out over testing, dude. Awesome. Congratulations to the cops. You know, congratulations to COVID. COVID, you know, doing more work than the Democratic Party in defunding the fucking police. It's not even COVID defunding the police. It's the cops defunding themselves, to be honest. So, once again, like a fucking officer shot in the back of the head by another officer that they were training, cops are killing themselves. To that I say, officer down, you know? What are you going to do? And the best part about it is they can't fucking complain. I can say all this shit and make fun of them, and they can't fucking get mad about it, because then you have to admit that COVID is a serious problem. And if you admit that COVID is a serious fucking problem, then you have to get vaccinated. It's awesome. If COVID is fucking fake, then, you know, then yeah, these guys died because, I guess, for some other reason, for some other fucking complication, you know?
Status and some being put on no pay status. As of Tuesday, the department said 21 officers had been put on no pay status for refusing to comply with the city's mandate. The issue discussed in 2 separate hearings in circuit court Wednesday. CBS 2 legal analyst Irv Miller says these dueling cases from the city and police union come down to legal gamesmanship.
I think both sides have legitimate positions. I really do. I think they could each point at some part of the law and say, listen, this law's on my side, this law's on your side. Let's meet in the middle someplace.
Miller says while collective bargaining is nothing new, the issue of what can be done between employer and employee when it comes to COVID vaccinations and mandates is when it comes to the law. He says the resolution will likely happen within the court system.
I think that's the only resolution for a higher court, not the Circuit Court of Cook County, but the appellate court, perhaps the Supreme Court of Illinois, perhaps the Supreme Court of the United States, to make a decision that's binding on everybody, and that should resolve the issue once and for all.
And this is all back in court tomorrow morning. Jackie Kostek, CBS 2 News.
And Chicago police say they have reached out to other agencies in the event of an officer shortage, but at this time they don't think that will be needed.
Alex, well, we may be at an In-N-Out hundreds of miles away from that one in San Francisco, but customers here
we're moving on from cops to the real troops, okay? Those who actually do the real work, as in the in-and-out workers, okay? That's right. In-and-out workers are the real fucking troops. And guess what? They don't want to be vaccinated. And this actually is bad. Let's take a look.
Here say they are also very concerned about that shutdown. They're worried that the same thing could happen right here in LA, especially after hearing the company's very strong response. Number 21, please. One of California's most popular burger joints says it fiercely disagrees with the enforcement of a vaccine mandate on customers. And tonight, In-N-Out is refusing to back down.
It's scary. It's scary. It's sad.
The only In-N-Out in San Francisco shut down by health officials because workers didn't ask customers for vaccine records.
It's unfair, yeah. Really unfair.
But the company is adamant, saying we refuse to become the vaccination police for any government. It is unreasonable, invasive, and unsafe to force out restaurant associates to segregate customers into those who may be served and those who may not, whether based on the documentation they carry or for any other reason.
Let them do their job that they were hired to do, not to ask everybody if you've got a vaccine or not.
Because I feel bad for them, you know.
What happened?
In-N-Out literally is like, we don't give a fuck about our own employees. Throw them in the fucking fire. Who cares? Like, part of that is literally to protect your employees, jackass. In-N-Out coming in and being like, we will no longer enforce the no shoes, no shirt, no service rule. We feel it creates a two-tier system. We fear that it... What?
In San Francisco now has people in LA wondering if establishments here could be shut down for the same reason, especially since LA has one of the strictest vaccine mandates in the country.
I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I would hate to see it happen, and I don't agree with it.
San Francisco restaurants are legally required to ask for proof of vaccination, just like LA County. But health officials here say they are warning non-compliant businesses, not shutting them down, taking a more educational approach compared to San Francisco. LA County health inspectors visited nearly 130 businesses affected by the mandate so far. 24 establishments were trained, none shut down, leaving customers across California wondering what's next.
Right now, you don't know what's going to happen.
And one thing that's become...
People don't want to be forced into taking a vaccine. Why is this such a problem for you? This is why I'm a daycare provider, chat. Because there's a lot of people who are unfortunately very dumb, right? And you just got to fucking do the building blocks time and time again. Now, when we live, originally human beings used to fucking dwell inside of caves, okay? And then there were some technological achievements there. And ultimately, we decided to create hunter-gatherer societies and basically formed a societal formation, oftentimes near a body of water, okay? Now, when we actively started participating alongside one another in what is known as these societal formations, there were certain rules and regulations that were put in place. Now, the reason why we put those rules and regulations in place was so that we could collaborate with one another, okay, and be able to have, be able to pursue fruitful endeavors, be able to fucking, you know, defeat nature if necessary, all that sort of stuff. Now, one of those problems when you live alongside many other individuals is disease. It spreads through, and this is, again, man fighting against nature. Disease spreads happens to spread through in a lot of urban environments and rip society apart. Okay, how can it happen? Well, one, it can fucking kill people. Okay, and that's not kind of great. That's kind of not great. It's like a part of the human condition to want to survive. Okay, two, what it can do, because we all live side by side with one another and we have a finite amount of resources, it's not infinite, is it can crowd hospitals. Right? So hospitals, for those of you who don't know, are places that you go to when you have like a sickness or an illness or a disease And then there are professionals there that went to school for a very long time that treat you, okay? They go there and they figure out what's wrong with you, and then they help you out. So when those hospitals are exhausted as a consequence of many people getting the big sick, okay, and having to go to the hospital, you can't get that medical treatment that would allow you to survive and thrive if you have another medical emergency. Now, that's a big problem, okay? That's a really big problem. So luckily, a lot of these scientists who, aren't just writing numbers on a board for show, they actually do some sort of scientific equation with that stuff. And they are much smarter than you and myself. A lot of those guys have gotten together and collaborated on figuring out what is known as a vaccine. A vaccine is a quick shot that you take, okay, that basically makes a little bit of a boo-boo when you originally take it, but ultimately allows you to survive some of the worst symptoms of COVID, which has killed 700,000 people in the United States of America since it started ripping through the land. Okay? So when you avoid the big sick by getting a vaccine, you also avoid exhausting the hospital system. And you protect yourself. I hope that was good and helpful for you. There you go. Since you are too fucking stupid to understand why everyone needs to get vaccinated, I will break it down for you all the way from the top of how societies were formed.
Very evident throughout all this is how differently cities across California are handling.
Only 2% kill rate, not accounting for age bias. Yeah, dude, you literally made that up. And because, hey, here's why division of labor is good. Because tit_meat is a fucking baboon. Okay? A baboon that does not recognize how massive a 2% kill rate is, okay? Especially when you consider the entire fucking planet's population. But he's also a baboon who says stuff like, oh, they're not accounting for age bias. COVID-19, which is the name of this disease, has been the #1 killer of all people in the United States of America between the ages of 34 and 55 for the past 2 months. Okay? It's the #1 killer. You can fucking try to play around that number, try to massage it as best as you can, say that only old people eat shit and fucking die or whatever. But the hospitals are still being exhausted as a consequence of people refusing to take the vaccine. And that's not good. Okay? But thank God, dummies like this are not in charge of anything. And it's scientists that actually do know what the fuck is up.
Not only the vaccine mandate, but the enforcement of the vaccine mandate. We should note that health officials in San Francisco warned that in and out multiple times before shutting them down. Reporting live in North Hollywood tonight, I'm Jessica O, Fox 11 News.
Sources tell CNN that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is planning on allowing Americans to receive a different coronavirus vaccine for their booster shots than their original dose. This comes after the NIH presented research last week showing it was safe to mix boosters, and mixing and matching actually revved up immune response. Also tonight, we have new data about vaccinations. According to the CDC, 57.1% of the U.S. population is vaccinated. That's about 189 million people. 22.8%, or about 65 million people of the eligible population, are not vaccinated, and 35 states have vaccinated more than 1/2 of their residents. Meanwhile, all across the country, high-profile doctors, physicians who went to medical school are persuading people not to get the COVID vaccine, to ignore health measures like wearing masks. You're about to hear exclusively from one doctor who makes frightening statements about COVID and the vaccine that are wrong. But we think it's important for the public to hear his beliefs together with the truth, because he and other high-profile physicians who deny the facts collectively reach millions of Americans. While the vast majority realize it's BS, a dangerous number of people believe the lies. Here's CNN senior investigative correspondent Drew Griffin.
Dr. Rashid Buttar at one time had more than 1 million followers and is considered one of the top spreaders of disinformation about COVID-19.
More people are dying from the COVID vaccine than from COVID.
That is not true. Neither is his tweet that the Red Cross won't accept blood from people.
What the fuck? Bro, the funniest thing is they just like make up the easily disproven things. Like the magnet one. The amount of fucking misinformation that these motherfuckers are able to successfully spread is kind of funny, but also incredibly sad because there are so many doo-doo brain dipshits out there who literally are just like, oh, that's right, brother. I heard that. That's real. It's like, dude, like it's the dumbest way to lie about this, dude. Like the COVID vaccine makes you infertile and stuff like that. Like those are at least a little bit more, realistic, you know what I mean? Or it gives you autism or gives you the shakes or whatever the fuck. Like those are at least more believable. This motherfucker straight up is like, nah, it's killing people. Okay, where are they then, idiot?
People who have had the COVID-19 vaccine. He posted most who took COVID vaccines will be dead by 2025. But his biggest whopper is the overarching conspiracy theory that COVID was a planned operation, which was politically motivated as part of a secret global plot to depopulate the earth.
You believe the pandemic was planned?
I do.
Okay.
How the fuck does this guy still have a doctorate? Like, is there no like medical review board in America? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, I just don't understand how, like, there are no precautionary measures for motherfuckers who are just straight up like, if he's a PhD, I'm going to lose my fucking mind for CNN making it seem like he has an MD.
Okay, but you don't know by whom.
I have no idea.
And you don't know why.
Well, I suspect that there's the research that's coming now that would indicate that it's probably something to reduce the population or minimize reproduction rates.
It would be laughable if it wasn't so dangerous. Buttar compares COVID and the vaccine to World War II and Dr. Anthony Fauci to Adolf Hitler.
Fauci is a criminal. You talk about Hitler? Okay, well.
Whoever Dr. Fauci is in your mind, he is a government bureaucrat, and you're comparing him to Hitler.
Well, I mean,
to Nazis.
I am.
Who killed 6 million Jews.
I think this number is going to be higher.
You think Dr. Fauci is involved in some kind of plot to kill millions of people? I just want to make sure I understand this.
Again, Drew, I'm a reasonable person. You're asking me what I think, and I said it could be this, but I can tell you that Dr. Fauci is not an innocent bystander. He's very well aware of what he's doing, and the extent of it and his involvement, I don't know. I'm not privy to that information.
As atrocious as Dr. Buttar's fake conclusions and conspiracy theories are, he is just one of the doctors spreading...
Motherfuckers say, I'm a reasonable person. He believes that COVID was created to kill people, but also against the people shouldn't take precautions against a virus designed to kill people.
Dangerous COVID disinformation to millions of people across social media, according to the Center for Countering Digital Hate.
Let's be absolutely clear. Lies cost lives in a pandemic. If you're encouraging people not to vaccinate, you will cause people to lose their lives.
Buttar is encouraging people...
See that? The vaccine made him British.
...to distrust life-saving vaccines. And like other disinformers, he is using false, twisted information and unproven conspiracies to do it.
Do you think the COVID vaccine works?
I think that the COVID vaccine is very effective at what it was designed for, perhaps, but it's not preventing death, certainly not.
It's not preventing death?
No.
Even faced with indisputable facts, Buttar doubles down on his belief that life-saving vaccines are more dangerous than the virus itself.
People don't die from COVID. You've already seen the data. So why are we getting a vaccine that causes more deaths than the problem itself?
6.34 billion doses of this vaccine have been given. If you're right...
Those people are all going to die. Me too.
People be dropping dead all around this hotel.
It's not orchestrated to do that.
It's not orchestrated to do that.
Each vaccine has been geared up. So you can look at the ingredients of the vaccines themselves. It's all been published.
Complete the sentence. Each vaccine has been geared up for what?
Well,
Where there's a time part?
Each vaccine is designed, it appears to be different. I don't know the details because I'm not a vaccine developer.
Wait, then why are you, what? Bro, this guy's not even good. Has no one ever asked him questions before? Like, the journalist is not even, like, trying hard to fucking own him. Like, bitch, why don't you exercise your right to shut the fuck up earlier? He was like, I don't know, I'm not a doctor.
Scientific corruption.
Because of his disinformation, Buttar has been removed from Facebook and Instagram, but he's still going strong on Twitter, Telegram, and his own website, all filled with falsehoods.
On September 5th, you retweeted a photo of AstraZeneca packaging that seems to indicate the vaccine was made in 2018. That picture that you retweeted was a doctored photo. It was fake.
Perhaps it was fake, but
why would you do that?
So, Drew, let me ask you something. You're saying it's not reasonable to question the same agencies that have resulted in numerous deaths, i.e. the FDA?
It's reasonable to ask questions. What I don't understand is how you get from your asking questions to your belief. You had 1.2 million followers at one point.
Yes.
They got false information.
Jail. Straight up. Also jail. Fuck freedom of speech. Jail. Literally, just jail. Why can't I ask questions? Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Oh my God, dude. Debate lords should automatically go to jail until I say otherwise. In a perfect society, I would literally throw everyone that wants to debate in jail until I decide that they're okay and they're fine. Just curious Andes to the fucking wall. Straight to the wall, dude. Like, what is this? You're not just curious, motherfucker. You're not. How does this work? How does anyone hear this fucking piece of shit and go, yeah, he's just curious. I agree with him.
From you. Not correct or challenging medical information. They got a doctored photo.
If I sent a tweet out of a picture that was doctored and I didn't know about it, I'm not perfect. Maybe I did make that mistake. But I'm not making mistakes on the numbers.
The very latest vaccine studies show they remain 90% effective in preventing hospitalization and death. Buttar tells his followers it is the vaccine that is the danger.
We already see thousands of people dying. This Delta variant is all vaccine injury. I mean, the CDC's own data is showing that now.
That's just not true.
I don't want to be part of this mass genocide that I see happening. And I think that what's going on right now will be remembered as a worst time in history compared to what World War.
Whenever I see shit like this, I'm just like, dude. Dude, sometimes you have such a thick skull. How in the fuck can you say that the vaccine is harmless? You sit inside behind your desk all day, never going outside in fear. I have a friend whose cousin's friend has swollen balls and is inpatient. The information is out there and you're being willfully ignorant. Listen, at least I'm not being willfully ignorant at the top of the hour ad break, okay? That's right, because at the top of the hour, there's a 60-second ad break. Comes, at the top of every hour. Now, of course, if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5, or you can do that for free if you have a Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime is free, of course, if you have an Amazon Prime account that is connected to your Twitch account. Guy is still a licensed physician, according to Wikipedia. He's known for using... Dude, not only would I throw this guy in jail immediately, I would throw the doctors that have not fucking or have reviewed his license and not revoked it. I would throw those guys in jail too. Straight up. Anyway, but speaking of throwing things in jail, you can throw the ad break in jail by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account to get one free Prime subscription a month. Here's the 1-minute ad break now. Yeah, Brian Laundrie. It's Brian Laundrie. He's dead. We'll look at that in a second.
War II happened.
I just want to be straight with you. I think you're crazy.
Before COVID, North Carolina's Board of Medicine reprimanded Buttar twice for the way he
I just want to be straight with you. I think you're crazy. I love that. That was great.
He was treating autism and cancer patients. The board accused him of charging exorbitant fees for his ineffectual therapies, which he denied, including injecting a patient with hydrogen peroxide. The FDA also sent him a warning letter over products he made and sold that promised to do everything from treating chronic pain to improving sex drive.
And yet I have an unrestricted license to practice for 30 years.
And
that's insane, dude. Throw the whole system in jail. Fuck this world, dude. I'm done. Nope. Nope, it's too much for me, dude. Nope, nopers. It sucks. This sucks so bad. And then we wonder, like, oh, why are our parents so fucking brain dead, dude? Throw the whole system in the garbage, dude. I spit on this. I spit on the fucking board of doctors that have not fucking revoked this person's like license numerous years ago when he was like, I don't know, making fucking like autistic children eat horny goat weed or whatever the fuck he was doing for $100,000. So fucked up.
That is the problem. Dr. Rashid Buttar repeatedly lies and disinforms on matters of public health, yet that doesn't have an impact on his medical license held in North Carolina.
Lions, not sheep!
Across the country, COVID-19 has created a subculture of disinformation among medical outcasts, and state medical boards don't know what to do.
Those kinds of comments are very troubling.
I also think you have a duty to inform people if any of these motherfuckers, if you were the one giving out like vaccines and any of these motherfuckers actually are getting the vaccine, you have to inform people. You have a duty to inform the public. Straight up. Be like, this piece of shit got vaccinated.
To doctors who are on the front lines and managing COVID, they're particularly frustrating. In fact, some of my colleagues are livid.
CNN contacted medical boards in all 50 states. Half of them responded. Only 2, Rhode Island and Oregon, said they had actually disciplined doctors for coronavirus misinformation or related violations. That is despite hundreds of complaints. The Federation of State Medical Boards issued a warning to physicians who generate and spread COVID-19 vaccine misinformation or disinformation that they are risking disciplinary action, including the suspension or revocation of their medical license.
Especially in a pandemic, your actions could lead to the deaths of thousands of individuals because people trust what doctors say.
Buttar doesn't seem to care.
You had an outsized influence over just somebody who's living down the street in terms of people getting their medical advice. You have to admit that.
Absolutely. Absolutely I did.
And you are raising doubt about a vaccine.
I hope I am, because I hope more people take heed of the warning that is necessary.
And if you are wrong and they die because of that?
I am confident, more than confident, in my ability to have looked at the data and observe what's going on.
Bro, you're a doctor and you got fucking owned by a CNN, Clinton News Network, fake news media journalist like 11 times during an 8-minute interview, okay? But for that reason alone, like this guy has 0 medical qualifications. You have some. Doesn't matter if he's a DO. Shut up. If you get owned by like a fucking CNN guy, okay, in your like supposed realm, then jail. Fuck it. Jail. Jail for that too. I just want him to go to jail. I really do. I think it would be fucking poggers, okay?
And that if I'm wrong, so be it, because I have to look at myself in the mirror every night when I go to bed and every morning when I get up. And I don't.
He has to be fucking aware of what he's doing, dude. There's no shot. What do we think, boys? Do we think he knows and is doing it regardless, or do we think that he is unaware And he's just like the dumbest person on the planet. Straight demon, right? I think he knows, because like every time he's faced with one of his lies, he's like, well, I'm just asking questions. I want to sew this dude's mouth shut like in the Matrix. You know what I mean? That's his punishment.
Don't lose any sleep, Drew.
Like in the Matrix, I'm saying, in the video game Matrix.
Drew Griffin joins us now. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this guy, but I'm stunned that he still has a license, and that, you know, I mean, I know medical boards protect doctors, you know, like to protect each other and stuff, and it's very hard to get a doctor have him lose his license. But I mean, this is just incredible, the stuff that this guy is saying, and it's just, I mean, is he making a lot of money doing this?
This is how he makes money. He also has lots of patients who, quite frankly, have nowhere else to go, so they turn to him. He sells hope that he mostly cannot deliver on. The medical boards are really geared towards the last century. They are not geared up for this kind of disinformation online. They're geared for a patient going to see a doctor who is...
But dude, there used to be snake oil salesmen back in the day too. Like, it's not new. Like, what do you mean this is geared towards the last century? Like, there was some shit like that. This past century had that.
You know, treated badly, and then there's basically a lawsuit that comes out the other end. This guy is disinforming patients he doesn't even know or meet, and that is the problem. People sitting at home on the internet believing that this guy, who very much reminds me, Anderson, of that pillow guy, who's looking at basic facts and so misinterpreting them that it's hard to believe, but he is doing it in such a way that he's telling these people and convincing them not to get a life-saving vaccine.
My man's a pillow guy.
It is really troubling.
You know, I was reading the fine print on what he was accused of before in some of his practice. I actually did a piece years ago on 60 Minutes about another guy who was doing the same sorts of treatments that show no efficacy. It's stunning that this guy's just still out there and still, you know, saying what he's saying. Drew, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Republicans on Capitol Hill.
Okay. It's very likely that he's going to lose his medical license, or has been told he will lose it for cutting his losses. I want him to go to jail. Like, I don't think that's insane for me to assume. Like, I wish he would go to fucking jail. I really do think that some of these motherfuckers have to see repercussions. For the record, I think that calling cinema an obstacle to progress, 5 veterans quit her advisory council. Yeah. Isn't it dangerous and irresponsible to platform these types of psychopaths? Shouldn't we just ignore them? We can't. You can't just ignore them. You need to deplatform them. And maybe even fucking make an example out of them too, to a certain degree. Like, insane. Every day that goes by, I find myself becoming more and more authoritarian. I swear to God. It's just, I have no time. I have no time for fucking these kinds of shenanigans, dude. People are fucking dying. Brian Laundrie. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Laundrie is dead. Come on. Give me the link. I know that you motherfuckers were like freaking out about it. JB is on
Embarks on a cross-country road trip together. seemingly happy, seemingly posting on social media, seemingly ready to spend the rest of their lives together, and just a few weeks later, they are both dead. What happens now as far as determining what...
Dude, I can't get over it. JB is so fucking weird now.
Tito, will we ever know? Is there enough ample evidence in Wyoming? Is there any evidence with the belongings that have been gathered here in Florida? Does the notebook tell us anything? Is there evidence, whether it's in Wyoming, Florida, or anywhere in between? Is there anything that has been obtained from the FBI, or is there any information that Chris Laundrie, Roberta Laundrie, or someone else knows that can indistinguishably tell us who is responsible for the murder of Gabby Petito? Will we ever have answers? The story doesn't end here.
Bro, this guy is so fucking passionate about this story. It's really freaking me out, dude.
Justice for Gabby, they don't just go quiet tomorrow. If anything, they're more loud tomorrow than they are today. Only because I know from having enough conversations with many of you who have been calling for justice for Gabby, those of you who have not just been there in person, but also who have been calling online from every corner of the world. I was on Instagram Live a little bit earlier on, was talking to people from New Zealand, from Australia, from Sweden, from the UK, people around the world calling for justice for Gabby. But you can't have justice for Gabby until you have the truth and the facts of what happened to Gabby in Wyoming and what led to her death, what led to her murder by manual strangulation, her murder by throttling. We are currently live in the 6 o'clock news here on WFLA News Channel 8, your NBC station. Here
Bro,
in
this
Tampa,
guy said, God damn, the missing white woman syndrome is strong in here. We still talking about this tired-ass topic. Who the fuck cares about some dead white girl? My homies die every day. Brother, your homies dying in a fucking WoW raid is not homies dying in the real world. Despite the fact that you are correct about like the missing white girl syndrome, because holy fuck, I mean, it is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. At this point, I'm just like looking at how ridiculous it is rather than like what the updates are or whatever the fuck. I wonder how many women have died or gone missing since this story, bro. I don't fucking know, but like JB has gone way beyond like covering this as a journalist, okay? My man has gone significantly beyond that, okay? We are at an obsessive level. It's pathological for the most part. I mean, he's like friends with the fucking victim's family. They made him a bracelet. He's cried multiple fucking times. So I don't know what else to say about it.
Find out through the reporters that have been diligently working this story that was it was roughly a 2 to 3 minute visit, and that was the visit that they told Chris and Roberta Laundrie that the remains that were found right near where they found the dry bag yesterday, right near where they found the articles that Stephen Bertolino, as he called it, right in that area at the Carlton Reserve, they found out, Chris and Roberta Laundrie from the FBI in person, that those remains are that of Brian Laundrie. Then the FBI Denver, soon thereafter, puts out a release online, the release that you're looking at here on your screen, and it is a release that tells us that dental records are what we're able to confirm that those remains are that of Brian Laundrie. Showing you some of the aerial video from today, some of the hard work by law enforcement. And we were talking about this on Instagram. We're going to feature your hashtag HAB comments here in just a moment. In fact, let's get that system prepared here so that we can start to bring in your hashtag HAB questions and comments, and we'll throw a couple up here just to make sure, because it did not work earlier. Our system was down, but I'll see if we can bring in some of the comments that are coming in right now, and we'll start here with this one. Hopefully this one works, and it comes in from Jennifer Murphy. Hashtag HeyJB. This sucks. You agree with Jennifer? It's going to be hard to find someone who doesn't. I am here to be as real with you as possible. I think that by now, if you've been following WFLA Now streams over the last several weeks, you know that I'm here to tell it like it is. And this isn't the outcome anybody wanted. We have an outcome here where we now have a 23-year-old
I love
man.
this is content. I'm sorry, like RIP to fucking Gabby Petito, but like this is moved beyond. It's just like this is so funny the way he like looks at the camera like this sucks. I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell it like it is.
Most primary source for answers, potentially. What was in the notebook is now the big question, is it not?
Is it not?
What did Chris and Roberta get told when Brian returned home? Brian Laundrie returns home from a cross-country road trip with his fiancée. This coming after he flew home and visited a storage locker and flew back to Wyoming, spends more time with Gabby Petito, then gets in a van and drives her van without her back to Florida. Gets back on September 1st to Florida. And when you get home, if you're Brian Laundrie, what do you tell? What was the conversation? Did something terrible happen? Was Brian aware that something terrible?
Hey, JB, this sucks.
Self-responsible for something terrible that happened. Depending on what happened, what did Brian tell his parents? Why did then, upon arrival back in Florida by Brian Laundrie, why did no one with the Laundrie family return any phone calls from Joe Petito, from Nicole Schmidt, from Gabby's family?
Like I get
Gabby's
this passionate sometimes as well when I'm doing commentary. But it is never about something like a singular incident like this. Of like a singular incident where like a white lady was murdered by their fucking, you know what I mean? It's like there's so many things that are ongoing all the fucking time in the fucking world, and he's just like this is it. This has been his life for like the past 2 months.
What did they know?
This is the reason, by the way.
Did Chris and Roberta know anything? Did Cassie know anything?
When we first started watching JB, he used to have like 19,000, max 20,000 fucking concurrent viewers. Now, when shit pops off, he has 100,000 concurrent viewers.
To answer those calls, no one with the Laundrie family is responding to the Petito and Schmidt families. And Brian goes camping with his mom, his dad, his...
Your thoughts? The mRNA vaccine has 20 years of basic science research. Traditional vaccines, AstraZeneca, J&J, have 100 plus years of clinical research. My thoughts? That's how science works, bro. He definitely crosses over into bias. I think the parents are super sketch and immoral, but it's also true that you have the right not to say anything. Law enforcement, and even if you're innocent, it's your best interest not to. Conflating silence with guilt is not as good as for journalists to do. I mean, he is a serious journalist, or is supposed to be. Man, he's still running on that one comment. Hey, JB, this sucks.
Stephen Bertolino, an attorney from East Islip, New York.
This man knows how to milk content way better than me, bro. I thought I was good at what I do. This guy.
Gabby's family, who's just so desperate to find out if she's alive and trying to find out where she is, alive or dead. They're just trying to get an answer to a basic question. They can't get it. And we're hearing more from an attorney than we're hearing from the family. This is aggravating, infuriating, mind-blowingly frustrating to the public, who have now at this point into early September are getting wind of this story. And as these questions get brought up in your living room, in workplaces by the water cooler, in all over the world, people are saying, wait, did that really happen? Did he come back with her van and the families aren't communicating and she's missing and he's not talking? And all of these conversations, and because of this being such a seemingly unbelievable story, it becomes worldwide. Everyone around the world gravitating towards this story because they want answers. And the one answer that people wanted more than anything is what happened to Gabby. There's
Bro, what
thousands
is
of
it? What is going on right now? I mean, this is like, I can't stop. Move on to the next tweet, dog. I mean, he's so fucking compelling. Only because, like, I'm watching a dude fight for his life out here, okay? A lot of people don't watch local news anymore. Especially if you're like a local news guy that's, you know, on the internet. So he's basically like fighting for his fucking life. Trying his best as he can to just like milk this shit. How's it feel, HasanAbi? I mean, at least mine is like compelling and different. I move on from one stunlock to the next quick.
Gabby.
Like in the same range, you know what I mean? I'll like often read another comment. Like I'll read another comment. It'll still be on the stunlock, but it'll be a different comment that like perpetuates the stunlock. He just like is repeating the same old bullshit like, oh, it's infuriating for the family. Oh shit, really, dude? No, stunlocks are not quick. But my frustrated retort to a comment oftentimes will allow me to move on to the next frustrating comment that continues and perpetuates the stunlock. He's comboing your moves. You got that pause stunlock combo going on. Why are we watching this? No, we're done with this. It's like I just want to see what else he says. But
didn't announce the time because it's there. They have a process, and there's a book to go by here, going by the book, as far as their process for announcing the details of an ongoing federal investigation.
Dude, let's watch this one more time in honor of JB. It's so real, dude. So we originally watched this as a joke. And at the time, like, I didn't want to say this is exactly like JB, but now this is exactly like JB.
Amanda Ackland's classmates say she was one of the kindest and most generous students at Montgomery High. Her 4.0 GPA and hours spent volunteering at a local homeless shelter truly make her death at the hands of a drunk driver earlier this week all the harder to take for this school and this community.
I just keep asking why.
Me too. Why? Why Amanda? Why not us? I never knew Amanda, but everywhere I went, there were touching reminders of the caring friend she would have been to me had I known her. The halls where we would have talked about our classes. The student lunchroom where we might have shared a piece of pepperoni pizza, which might have been her favorite food. I know it's mine. Well, it wasn't easy coming back to school. Now that Amanda's gone, but we did it because that's what she'd have wanted us to do. Because that's our Amanda.
But you didn't know her.
Don't say that. I was already exhausted after the emotional roller coaster ride at the school, but I knew there were more victims to be with. Amanda's family.
That's her senior photo. She was class president.
She was so talented. It's just not fair. It's just not fair.
Guess that God must.
By the way, this is a joke, chat. This is an onion joke, okay? This is like the missing white women syndrome and the way that like reporters operate is not new.
I had some reason for taking her away. Right now, I can't even imagine.
He kind of looks like fucking JB too, but jacked.
I need a minute. I'm sorry. Can I keep this?
Losing Amanda was one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with, but I knew I had to be strong for this community. I couldn't let them go through the funeral without my support.
I don't want the pain to stop. I don't want to get any easier. She's so much better than all of us. I don't want to go on. The pain. She was so much good. She cared about so many people. She loved you so much. Andrew, she loved you so much. What's your name? She loved you, Russell.
And we have O'Brady Shaw with us right now.
Thanks, Brooke.
Not quite how I would have reported the story. Seems a bit unprofessional to let yourself get so emotional.
Well, when people are feeling pain, I feel it too. Don't you ever get emotionally invested in a story?
No, I don't. You know, I had my tear ducts cauterized years ago, and I like to keep my emotions stored in a special place in my mind where they only come out for my night terrors.
I guess it's like that old Japanese proverb. Wakatara sonomama de.
Yeah, okay. I saw that special report you did from the war zone in Darfur the other night. You almost got shot at one point.
I didn't even notice. I was so wrapped up in the feelings of the moment. That bullet could have passed right through me. I wouldn't have even felt
Yeah,
it.
too bad that didn't happen. Okay, thanks for stopping by, O'Brady.
Oh, man. I mean, that's literally, come on, dude. Okay, we watched that. Let's watch this again.
And Florida wildlife, without question, in some way, at some degree, at some level, got at the remains of Brian Laundrie. Now, it's the remains that were likely in water for an extended period of time, and those waters have receded. We've had such.
Oh, also, yeah, here is, if you don't believe me, like, even in that fucking Onion sketch, that Onion sketch does not feature him hanging out with the family and getting like a handmade jewelry made for him. Whereas JB did hang out with the Gabby Petito family and did get some personal jewelry made. That's right. I just like, I'm sorry, but it is buck wild, okay? That shit is buck fucking wild, dude. Did he know her beforehand? No, he did not. He did not know her at all. All right, here we go, folks. That's right. We're back to learning about critical race theory in schools. Rather, the Republican version of that, which is critical racism theory, where a teacher is like, here, how can I be as racist as possible? That's right. Let's take a look. Yesterday, a Native American student filmed this video in his math class. After several minutes of the teacher war whooping and tomahawk chopping, the student began filming because he felt that violence was being committed against him and he had the right to record. First of all, okay, some of this stuff is, I mean, this is so cringe that it actually does get into the violence part, okay? This is nuclear uranium, okay? This is enriched uranium that is nuclear grade. This level of cringe does need a trigger warning. I'm going to give you guys a trigger warning. This is a Ted Cruz level trigger warning. And there's 2 videos, okay? It's fucking wild. Let's watch.
So good to what? 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 So good to no no so good to what? So good to what? So good to what? So good to what? Oh, so good. And eventually, I get to go home, and I get all of my feathers. Hawks.
Dude, that's awesome. There's more. Wait, where is the second part of the video? There's more. What's funny is that it's math class. But then again, a lot changed after Elizabeth Warren lost her own fucking state in the Democratic primaries. It's wonderful that she went back and is now teaching math class in elementary school. So that's cool. A lot of you think that it's unacceptable that she's doing this, but simply, this is her culture, sweaty. Sokotoa is for trig. This is actually how they treat trigonometry, though. Wait, there's more. Sokotoa is a mnemonic device to memorize sine, cosine, and tangent in trigonometry. There's more. Yeah, but wait, there's more.
Water goddess, again, I ask you, please tell me the secret Indian chant. Please. And then I hear. Because obviously this is ridiculous.
So, Native students can't be in class without being othered or mocked. It's sad as fuck. There is literally, like, sure it's not meth class. Yeah. The what she's doing here is straight the fuck up. Like, her doing blackface and shucking and jiving to give you like a mnemonic device. Okay? Straight the fuck up. Straight up. Like, literally, that's what she's doing. And because there aren't like a lot of Native American folk in your classes when you're growing up or whatever, or because the number is so tiny, and because because there's not like broad coverage over the atrocities that the Americans placed upon the natives here, you just like have no way of comprehending that that is like completely and disastrously unacceptable. Now, this is, I would put this in the category of like, is she fucking blindly hateful towards natives? Like, is she literally like, I fucking hate Native Americans and that's why I'm doing this? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, maybe you'll disagree with me, but I don't think that this is like, I think she just like literally has no idea how fucking offensive this is. You know what I mean? Which is still, you know, ignorant as fuck. Don't get me wrong. When I was in kindergarten, had the class dressed up as pilgrims and the other half dressed up as Native Americans for Thanksgiving, and that was pretty common. Unfortunately, this was back in 2000. Like, this is like yeah, Trudeau racism. You know, Justin Trudeau level of racism. Cops are resigning. Maybe teachers should too. Oomph. Seeing the best in white people somehow. Yeah, as opposed to what, black people I always see the worst in? Shut the fuck up. I see the best in most people. That's so stupid. That is a really stupid fucking take. I'm sorry. Class that too with Native Americans and pilgrims in the early 2000s, unfortunately. Tone deafness can hit the same. I'm Native and I had to defend Columbus in a court case where the natives were found guilty for our genocide. Wait, what? That's insane, dude. I learned trig too. My teacher could teach me Sokotoa without being racist. Lol. Sorry, after the almost last 2 years and everything that's happened with race, there's a serious disconnect that she could do this without thought. That would be way over the line. No, because of what I just mentioned. What I just mentioned is that like Americans literally have no way of fully comprehending like how devastating the United States treatment of indigenous populations was. Like they just don't even, it's so normal to just like fucking shit on natives. Even in 2021, where it's like a blind spot for even liberals, except for, of course, our queen, Elizabeth Warren, who is native herself and was, and I shit you not, according to the Fordham Law Review, the first woman of color law professor at Harvard University. That's right. 1994 was the first year that Harvard Law actually hired a woman of color, except she wasn't even a woman of color. So there's that too. Native speaking, she makes herself look so dumb that it's just funny. She paid for her sins with her pride. All is forgiven, little white dove. Yeah, there's that too. Like, blind hatred oftentimes doesn't come across like this. You know what I mean? Like, blind hatred oftentimes is not like so fucking clownish. It's literally just like Steven Crowder is
Cisco Internet.
is not like excused from the shit that he says because you see him seething. Whereas like this lady is like very clearly ignorant as fuck and being straight the fuck up racist, but like doesn't realize it and is making a fucking fool of herself this way. What does aggressively Asian face mean?
Out. They've been in
a minstrel show equals ignorance. No, there's a difference. That difference is that I keep repeating it because of the pure lack of awareness revolving around like crimes against natives. That like there's a lot of white people that I think still believe that definitely ignorant. But didn't you say this is so ridiculous that show while mocking us? I'm telling you what it is. It's indicative of how much more successful our American genocide of indigenous people was compared to the Canadian genocide of indigenous. This would probably not happen in Canada nowadays. All right, let's watch this.
Battle with the city over, let me just let them tell you the story, vaccine requirements.
Brian, right now, this
that is an
Fisherman's Wharf
aggressively Asian face.
Is
What? Bro, how does this motherfucker still have like... That's an insane thing to say. That is such an insane fucking thing to say. Once again, I am having a hard time comprehending how, like, what the fuck? What is an aggressively Asian face? What does that mean? I think he means that an Asian face and interprets that as being as Asian as a sign of aggression. First of all, she's like, I would go so far as to say like 10 to 25 times better looking than Steven Crowder. Okay. So just like off the top dome, there's that. So that's also like very odd to like immediately be like, it's aggressively racist is what it is. That's a wild thing to say. Like, I don't know why he would even, that's like, Such a weirdly racist thing to fucking say, dude. I don't understand it. Like an aggressively Asian face.